Alright, what is up you guys? This is Chukazurikyri here, trying to record my first Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. And yes, I agree the quality is the worst quality I think anyone will ever have. But I really wanted to show you guys this, so hopefully you guys can bear with me. So, this is one of my first battles that I had, and I'm using a Sun team. This was just a guy I found on Serebii. So I lead off with my Ninetales, and he leads off with his Terrakion. Obviously I lead off with my Ninetales to get off the drought, because this is a Sun team. And knowing that this Terrakion is obviously going to go for the obvious Stone Edge, I switch out and I go to my Fireworks, my Fortress. You'll see why it's called Fireworks later. So he goes for the obvious Stone Edge, and it does a lot more than I expected it to, quite truthfully. And then I get to see right there that he's Life Orbed, so I agree that kind of makes sense, even though I am Max D Fortress. But I decided to set up some spikes here as he decides to switch out. Not really sure why. But he goes up to his Infernape, which is a big thorn in my side this game. And so obviously Infernape has Flare Blitz or Fire Blast in his case for some odd reason. That is 4 times super effective to me, so obviously I'm going to switch out of there because I don't want to take that. And so I go into my Angel, my Cresselia. And I am Max Special D Cresselia, and I know Max HP, Max Special D, and I know Cresselia is a beast, and he goes with the Fire Blast, and I was expecting him to go to Flare Blitz. I thought I might be able to live one and then outspeed him, but he goes for a Life Orb Flare Blitz that somehow it does a lot, even though I am Max HP, Max Special D, and I don't manage to outspeed him, even though I do think I have some speed EVs on this thing, so he must be Max Speed. There goes my Crest. My Crest is a dual screener, by the way. So now I go into my Good Times, my my Venusaur, and I know with the Sun Up and the Chlorophyll boost I will be able to outspeed him. So I send it out there and just go straight for the Earthquake, and he sends in this Ferrothorn. Not really why, because we both really end up walling each other, because I am Max Attack, or maybe it was Split Attack, Split HP, and then Max D. I don't remember. But I am a Growth set. And in case you don't know, Growth gets raises your attack and your special attack by 2 stages in the Sun, not just 1, which is really nice. And then he goes for a T-Wave, which cost me the battle right here, this T-Wave, because then I can't outspeed his Infernape, and that cost me the battle. So yeah, that was a really good play on his part. I didn't expect him to have it, since I don't think they normally carry Thunder Wave. But anyway, so I decided that I'm just gonna set up all the way here, and he goes with a Stealth Rock. So now I'm at +4 attack, +4 special attack, and I decided to go for one more Growth. Just, you know, round it out to an even 6. And so I've used Growth 3 times, Max Attack and Special Attack right now. So I'm really set to sweep if I had some speed. And he goes with the Power Whip, which does jack shit to my Venusaur, just because it is Max D and I resist it quad. So yeah, that really does nothing. But right here I get the Parahax, and this is where it starts to get bad, because he goes for another power up, which, you know, not that bad. It's not gonna do anything to me. And then so then I go I get my Black Sludge recovery. And the reason I run Black Sludge over lefties is because if you try to trick it, you're gonna end up screwing yourself over. And so then I finally get my EQ off, and and that does a little over half, less than half with leftovers, which just shows that Ferrothorn is a beast, because that +6 earthquake, Ferrothorn is a beast to be able to take that so well. So yeah, this is really just kind of stalling me. I mean, it's not really, this is really just kind of stalling me out. He goes for the leech sheet, expecting my switch, I think, which doesn't do anything to me, because I plan on just killing his Ferrothorn, and I get Parahacks again. God, if I keep getting Parahacks. So I get Parahacks another time, and I think that's the last time I get Parahacks. I don't know, maybe. So yeah, he goes for another Power Whip. I don't know why. Maybe expecting it to do a little bit more, even though it's not doing anything. So now he's really starting to get back up in health, and I finally get off another EQ, which I was really praying for. And it's not going to be able to kill, but it gets close, which is good enough. And he just goes for another Power Whip, obviously just going to fodder out his Ferrothorn here, so he can get a safe switch into his Infernape, because I would easily wreck his Infernape, obviously, if he would try to switch that in and take an Earthquake. So I finally get off my last Earthquake, and I finish off this Ferrothorn, which is good. And I'm at +6, and I'm at almost full health, but I am paralyzed, which is bad. So he sends out his Infernape, and I know that I won't be able to outspeed, but I get this. I mean, I know I really couldn't switch anything else that would take it much better, and I decide that maybe, just maybe, I can barely live this and take them out with an EQ. But unfortunately that is not the case, and he takes me out, because I'm guessing he is max special attack, probably positive nature, life orb, and I do not have the best stats there. So I send out my Victory for the win, my Victini, and this Victini is, this is a really beast Victini. As you can see, he switches out his Infernape, goes into a Gliscor, and this Gliscor here, I go for the V-Create, because I know that probably would have taken this Flare Blitz, because Flare Blitz is a crap, or Infernape, because Infernapes are pretty glass cannony, and I managed to one-shot that Gliscor. I one-shotted one of the bulkiest pokes in the game with a not super effective move, with a resisted move even. Choice Banded V-Create for the win. That just beasts all over. So now he sends out his Haxorus, and this Haxorus happens to be Scarfed, which I didn't realize till later on in the game. But I switch out my Victini because I know he'll probably outspeed me due to my speed drop, and I really don't want him just to take me out. So I send out my Fireworks, my Fortress, and he goes with the Rock Slide to hit my Victini. Not really sure why he doesn't just carry EQ, but whatever. And he switches out, obviously, because Rock Slide's not doing jack shit, and he doesn't really just want me to set up on him. Or, not really set up on him, but throw more spikes out and everything. So, he sends back in his Terrakion, and I go for the Rapid Spin to try and get off my Stealth Rock, to get the Stealth Rocks away from my team, predicting a switch. And, so now I'm still in a pretty bad position, because I don't really have much to deal with that Haxorus, except for my Cast Form. And he goes for a close combat, which I'm praying won't take me out. And I'm like, no, and I barely live with 26 HP. And then I go for the Explosion, just because I know that my Fireworks is worth nothing to me. And that's why I call it Fireworks, because it explodes all over your face. Kaboom! And it explodes all over that Terrakion. And because it is resisted, it will not kill it, but it will get it down far enough to where I can send in my Victini, and it should be able to pretty much beast on it. So I send him my victory for the win, my Victini, my choice banded Victini, and he outspeeds me, which I didn't expect him to, but he misses his Stone Edge, which I was so happy about, and I'm able to get off the choice banded U-turn, which will take him out from that range, even though it is not very effective, and not stab. But it is choice banded, so that's going to take out his Terrakion, and I'm going to switch back, and then I'm just going to go straight into my cast form. My little boss, my cast form, and this is a beast. This is choice specs cast form, and what it does is it takes advantage of the sun, and then it has to move Weather Ball, which is boosted to 100 attack power in a weather, plus it gets stab, and it's sun boosted. So this is where I figure out he's scarfed, because he manages to outspeed me, and even though I know cast form is not the fastest poke, I didn't expect him to have very many speed EVs, and I have max speed on this thing, so that obviously shows me that he's scarfed. And then I bring in my Victini, and this is another obvious example where he's scarfed, because my Victini should have outsped him, because I believe this is max speed Victini as well. And I go for the choice banded V-Create, but he outspeeds me and takes me out with an Earthquake. And so the only thing I have left is my Ninetales from the beginning of the game, which is not really meant to do much. And so I just decided to go with the Will-O-Wisp in case somehow his Earthquake misses, then maybe I might be able to do something. And so his Earthquake hits, and I figure, okay, I'm fucked. I'm just gonna lose. And I live with 26 HP again, and then I go with the Will-O-Wisp, and it misses, just to add insult to injury, but that was already GG. So that was a good game. Really enjoyed that game. I hope to get more into battling later. These aren't very good sets, but this is something I just made real quick. So I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. I hope you will stick along with me for my quality until my quality gets better. And I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. So yeah, I guess I will see you guys later. Oh, I'm redundant.